Please.
Hey, what's up, everybody? John Hansen here, and with me is
It's working. See?
yeah, I could.
Cool. I'm cool. How you doing?
Okay. Welcome to TKO Fanboys, where we talk about the most random stuff and Transformer news related. And Chris, we were supposed to go to a certain place this weekend, but
we were gonna go to Iowa to see your buddy JC from TKO, but he has some kind of a issue with his ears, so he's got to get some last-minute surgery done today, I think. So he's going to be out with that. And apparently, he has walking pneumonia, which is just a form of pneumonia. And I've had pneumonia before. I don't want it. You don't want it. Nobody needs it.
No.
So we just told him just go get your surgery done. Go rest. That way you don't got to worry about us. He said, well, you guys can come down Saturday. And I said, don't worry about it. Just use that time to rest. That way you don't got to worry about it. So
Catfish, we have one question. Where art thou?
Oh, Catfish, where art thou?
But yeah, we got a lot of ground to cover. It's been quite an interesting month last month. So, Chris, did you get anything last month or not really?
I just got in today. I don't know if you can see it behind me on my nightstand. I got part of a ramp and part of a bridge for my next diorama for my collection. I got that in today. So again, I got that this week. And then besides that, not really. I haven't gotten any figures or anything. At this point, I'm just going to wait till GaryCon to get Transformer figures and whatever else I want. I'm just with everything going on, I'm just going to do it that way. It'll just be easier.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've been trying to slow down my collecting game a little bit, but I don't know. I've been looking on the eBays and been finding stuff and whatnot. I'm like, man, you need the money though. Need the money, but yeah, a couple things I got last month, and actually I did get something this month, but it's not action figure related. But last month the 1911.
Oh yeah, 1911.
Yeah. So I got my first firearm.
How many rounds was it?
9.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's I like it. It was worth the money, and about $435. It was $460
for a handgun.
Yeah,
I guess that
it was $460. Then they knocked it off. They gave me a discount, so it was $435. So
why it's called the 1911? Because it was made in 1911, right before World War One. And I think that for a gun to come out in 1911, you look at it, it still has a modern look to it.
Oh yeah,
so even back then, it was pretty modern.
I mean, it's a 9mm. It's not a 45 APC, which I would prefer to have. But probably 45 APC would be a little more expensive than a 9mm, so I'm pretty content. So, and then, but I did get you saw the G Creations Fuma, the 6-shot figure I got.
Oh yeah,
that's like my son. It's my son.
That's your love child.
It's my love child now.
Your love child.
And then, of course, a couple of SH Figure Arts. Just in today, I got a knockoff version of Hawkeye. So I pretty much got all 6 original versions of the Avengers now.
Nice.
And I got the Infinity War Hulk. So
that would be like Professor Hulk.
Well, actually, no, that'd be Infinity War Hulk, which is
right before he becomes
Professor Hulk. See here, what else did I get? Try and backtrack. Thor was Age of Ultron Thor, but I didn't like the head. It looked like junk, so I just took my Ragnarok Thor from Mezco. I just took the head, put it on the body, and
you're gonna get Endgame Thor with him in a sweatshirt, all fat and shit.
They actually did release a.
Are you serious?
They're going to release a Endgame Thor, but it's not going to be him in the shirt or anything. The regular street clothes. It's going to be him in the battle armor at the end of the film. I just gave him a spoiler. So, and then I got
that would be kind of cool. You look like Thor, or you look like a slightly buffed up Santa Claus. Not that he does.
Yeah,
look like a buffed up Santa Claus.
And then,
with an axe.
And then I also got a Tony Stark head so I'll show you in a minute. And I want to do a huge shout out to hold on, I forgot his name.
I want to do some shout outs later on, but on Twitter, I might have to have you film me.
Huge shout out to Rob L. Crane. Crane, sorry if I slayed your name. And first, thank you for your service. And also, thank you for hooking me up with War Machine Mark IV, even though I put Tony's head on there. So,
see, that makes me question: did he ever use the War Machine armor in the comic books?
I think he did a couple times, but I honestly like the look.
He looks cool like that. But War Machine's just for Rhodes.
Well, of course, it was developed by Tony Stark, so I mean,
what Mark so-and-so armor is the War Machine?
This one?
Yeah,
that's the Mark IV.
Oh, so it's Mark IV armor, but
in the movie,
but it's different. Yeah, because he added like some shit to it, Rhodes and Hammer.
Yeah,
they added
Iron Man
shit
to the Mark II.
Yeah, because he added shit to it.
And then the Mark III, and then the Mark I was that one. The Mark II, I think, was.
I feel like the one from the very first Avengers. What one was that?
The Mark VII?
Is that what it was?
Yeah, the Mark VII was the one.
I like that one
where
because
where Loki throws him out of the window and the suit just lashes onto him. And
I like that one for the first Avengers movie because it was like a combination of like the first Iron Man movie and the armor from the comic books brought together. I like that. I like all the Iron Man armor, but the Mark VII would have to be one of my favorites for sure.
Mine has to be the Mark 17. That is, I mean, whenever apparently SH Figure is supposed to release all the armors, and when that Mark 17 comes out, I'm done. I'm done with collecting Iron Man figures or SHF because that is like that would be like that Grail. That's that Grail piece. Like,
but see, I could see you having like a shelf of every single Iron Man.
It would be cool.
That would be cool to display.
For a display piece, I mean, like, yeah, it would be awesome. But for pocketbook, you know, it's like
that's a whole different story.
That's a whole different. Yeah, exactly. It's a whole different story. But yeah. So that's about it. And then so Chris, a certain figure has came out recently.
Certain figure.
Well, people who just pre-ordered it and it's having issues.
Oh. I thought you were talking about the one Unicron.
Oh, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. But we'll get there.
Okay, so people for years have been wanting G1 cartoon accurate Optimus Prime masterpiece figure. Mm-hmm. So over the years, we've gotten both from Takara, knockoffs, and third-party figures.
Exactly.
You have the Transform Element.
LP,
got the Magic
LP
Square.
Yeah.
And those two both work well.
They work either way. They were great.
So Takara.
And still MP10 still holds up to even though for being such an old figure.
Even though it was 12 years ago when that figure came out?
I think so, yeah, I think so.
So I think that one works for G1 accurate cartoon. But now Takara came out with MP44, 43?
Well, 40 is 44, but it's version 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
MP44 version 3, which is even more accurate with the cartoon series of G1. And at first it looks great, but people are having
issues with it.
Quality control issues. Like, knees are breaking off. There's chips.
All right. So anyways,
scratches.
So anyways, with me, I'm a pretty, I work out a lot. I'm a pretty buff guy and stuff. Yeah. But when it comes to like handling action figures and stuff, I try to be as careful and not trying to stress or break anything as possible. And trying to be careful, even if those sometimes clicky joints kind of make me a little nervous, especially when I didn't even know that if you move the side panel on Transform Element Prime, you can lift his leg and make it actually get some good action poses out of it.
And the same thing with Magic
Square. Yeah, you want to make sure you're. But I mean, to everyone out there who likes MP44, good for you. The ones that don't have the issues, awesome. I'm glad you guys got your centerpiece. But is it really worth almost $350 to $450?
No, I mean, how much was the very first Masterpiece Prime? How much was it?
I don't know. I mean, I have MP1, but
see, I just think people kind of fuck themselves over And
if
you have the money to burn, okay. But if you
and then also you got to look at that the people who pre-ordered ahead of time, they were the guinea pigs. They were the test subjects that went in like, this crap. I want it now. And then they did not expect, oh, there's paint issues. There's a gaping hole in the chest. There is, which I guess that's a production thing because the matrix chamber had no care in it whatsoever. I think that makes me more irritated than anything that the matrix chamber did not have any care. I mean, that's a centerpiece of Optimus Prime.
They didn't even put a matrix of leadership in it.
There is. There is matrix, but
okay.
I mean,
I was to say if they didn't put the matrix in, then there was a problem. But I just think people would have been better off getting the Transform Element or the Magic Square Optimus, or going onto eBay getting some other knockoff MP Prime figure, or whatever. Because I just think $450 for that new Masterpiece Prime, you're almost paying the exact same amount for a Unicron.
Pretty much.
I mean, if you have the money to burn and you want to get that Optimus figure, okay, good for you then. But I just think people would have been better off, getting the ones that we got.
Yeah.
But I think Takara saw those figures and was like, oh, let's just re-release Optimus Prime so he's even more cartoon accurate. And again, I said that MP44 looks great, but
definitely does,
like what Bishop said on TKO last week, they engineered the fuck out of it. There's way too many parts, and the backpack of it just looks bad. Like mine has a little bit of a backpack, but it's not huge like the MP44 has.
Mine has hardly no backpack, so that's why I'm sticking with Transfer Element.
Yeah.
I don't need something that's top heavy that's going to topple over and land on its back. You know what I mean? I mean, like if I wanted something top heavy, I'm gonna have to pose it a certain way where it's like leaning forward when I want it to stand straight up. You know?
I mean, both of ours look great.
Yeah.
I just don't see. Like I said, if you have the money to burn and you want to get it, fine. But I just don't either way. I just don't see the point in paying almost $500 or $400 for that figure.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Again, it looks great, but I just don't see the point. And kind of related to the Unicron thing, that irritates me. Like people for years wanted some kind of a Unicron figure, and now that it's like $500 or almost $600 in some websites or places you go to get it, everyone's like, oh, it's too expensive, blah, blah, blah. Well, I have to agree with our buddy JC, who said that they would have been better off just making like a Unicron figure that was 16 inches tall. I think that would have been way more logical.
Yeah.
About this big and still easily transform and put it on your shelves. I think that would have made more sense.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
and you're using a lot less plastic. Too.
Exactly. I mean, I look at the HasLab Unicron, and to me, aesthetically, it's not pleasing. I mean, you see the legs. There's like all these layers upon layers of kibble. There's this giant backpack, which makes MP44's backpack look, it's okay. But
you're better off having it in planet mode.
Yeah, better off having it in planet mode.
Because most of the time in the movie, he was in planet mode.
Yeah, unless you're the other thing we have to talk about this Unicron is Zeta is going to release theirs now, because apparently everything's been on Zeta's has been disappearing. It's like they finally released something like people would love to have in their collection. I mean, aesthetically, it looks great. I mean, I would have it in robot mode or planet mode. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. I mean, as long as it looks good.
Probably it looked like it was as big as the Combiner Wars Hasbro Devastator they released 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And I think what happened was the lawyers at Hasbro found a way, like, oh, they didn't do this or that. We can use this against them, and threatened to sue them. Mm-hmm. That's why any and all information about that third-party Unicron is gone. It's just gone. If I'd known this was going to happen, I would have saved the third-party pictures of that Unicron on my computer, so I can be like, hey, this is what they got rid of. This is no longer available. And it looked great, too.
I mean, I saw.
I just think the transformation for the HasLab Unicron was like a bitch to do. I just think they should have done a smaller scale version of it.
Mhm.
I would just keep it in planet mode because I think Unicron looks cooler as a planet. Robot mode's great, but the planet mode looks better because I think it looks more menacing.
True.
Planet mode because you see that
Yeah, true,
it's like, oh shit, you know.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I mean, in the movie, it's like, oh crap, there's this giant planet.
95% of the movie,
everything. But then when that final review in robot mode, you're like,
that was pretty cool though.
Yes. You know, it's like
JC did have a point. Like, if you really want to get this figure, it would be cool to have enough space for it, have it
definitely
in robot mode, and have it look like it's on Cybertron, like some kind of a diorama.
Yeah.
Which, if he did, I'll tell JC, like, if he does go through with it and get that Unicron, I'll tell him I will be more than happy to make you some kind of a diorama with with stuff on it to make it look like he's on Cybertron. But I don't know if he will. Probably not. Maybe, I don't know. But again, it's one of those things where if you really want it, have at it. But I don't see the point of it. I think a smaller scale of it would be better. You're better off going to eBay and getting the smaller Unicron figure.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I mean, because it's all whoever wants what's in their collection. I mean, like, you want this humongous thing in your collection that you're just going to display in
put it in robot mode and you put it in robot mode. It's going to be like that tall. It's like it's probably about a midget.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. I mean, we're going to put that even on your shelf. You're going to need like an entire.
You're going to need a whole section of your room just for
Unicron,
whether it's in robot mode or planet mode. I think economically and ergonomically, have a smaller scale version of it. So, like I said, you can just put it on your shelf and display it that way. I think, man, the Masterpiece series should have done a small scale Unicron. You know, have it at least 15 inches tall. It looks good. I would have been happy with that, but maybe some other third-party company will try to do a Unicron figure.
It's a possibility. I mean, if they do, great, and then
they can figure out to not get in trouble. Great.
Exactly. But yeah. So this is a huge. So anyway, all right. So, what do you think of Tom Holland's Spider-Man?
I like him. I like it. I think he's doing a really good job. I've said this before. I don't really care for the lady that plays Mary Jane. That's not my
MJ. Yeah.
That's not my Mary Jane. Nothing racist or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just I just don't think that I just think Mary Jane should look like Mary Jane for the comic books, and that's just not
true. Yeah.
I just don't like her.
I agree.
The actress that plays her, but besides that, I think the rest of Spider-Man works pretty well, and I think he's doing a really good job.
Well, I don't know if you've heard all the news and stuff about the whole Sony Disney deal, which has been going up and down more times than a yo-yo, which I don't even have. So, I mean,
I think it would just make more sense. They're like, hey, we'll give you the rights to Spider-Man back and Venom.
Which is what they were just talking about.
We'll give you the rights to those two characters and the movies for like, okay, we'll give it to you for like, I don't know, $2 billion. Well, that's yours.
They were talking about it.
Disney could easily afford it.
Yeah.
How could they not?
Yeah, they're talking about like saying that, here's the new deal that Sony laid out. They will say, we will give you Spider-Man, but we want Venom. We want 25% of the profits.
I mean, just to make it easier.
You get
sell them. You get back to Disney for $1 billion.
You get Venom, and Spider-Man. You can have the symbiote storyline. You could have, the ultimate, like all the other Venom characters and stuff in it. I mean, Tom Hardy. They even said that he wouldn't mind doing a crossover combo movie with Tom. It's like, why not? Give us something the fans are dying to have. I mean, Venom they could see the world Venom being as a threat, but at the same time, he's not really a threat. Venom is an anti-hero in the new universe. And then Spider-Man and Venom kind of duke it out, but then all of a sudden Venom just like, hey, all right, this guy's not too bad. Let's give him a little piece of the symbiote and create.
Venom?
Yeah, he did actually. Yeah,
see, that's a big combination.
But then apparently the reason why Venom didn't want to be bonded with Deadpool anymore was because of how much pain and how insane his mind is.
Oh my god!
That's why Venom left him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I just figured, because he's just too annoying.
But yeah, that's the whole Sony deal, dude. I think they should just left it alone. But
yeah, I think they're going about the whole wrong way. Excuse me. I think just say, okay, Disney, we'll sell you all of our Spider-Man rights and the rights to the Spider-Man movies and the Venom movie. We'll sell it all to you in a big package for $1 billion, and we'll call it even. Sony makes enough money as it is. They could easily just sell that for $1 billion to Disney. Disney can easily afford that, and then Sony can just do their own thing,
right?
And not have to worry about Spider-Man anymore.
Yeah,
I just think doing it that way makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because Disney can easily earn back $1 billion after a period of time from making that purchase.
If it wasn't for the MCU's involvement in this and Kevin Feige foreseeing everything, getting really good directors to direct the movies for any of the MCU movies, as a matter of fact, then the MCU would have been a failure if it wasn't for Kevin Feige.
Speaking of directors,
and same with
I gotta talk about this before I forget. Real quick, and I'll change back. The guy that directed Ant-Man, Edgar, what's his name? Edgar Wright. He's a fan of Marvel, especially Ant-Man. He's like a comic book nerd type of guy. Very good filmmaker. He's the guy that directed Hot Fuzz.
That's a great movie.
He did. Edgar Wright did. Did Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. And he did a movie 2 years ago called Baby Driver, which is like a bank heist.
Yeah, I
heard that one's good.
Overseas. It was really good.
So this is the guy that did these movies and did Ant-Man. But I don't remember if he did Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think that might have been somebody else.
Yeah, I think it was.
Because Ant-Man was really good. So shout out to Edgar Wright.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And Hot Fuzz is a great movie.
It's
I like Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and At World's End, but I think out of the three, Hot Fuzz is my favorite. I think I'm gonna order this today on Blu-ray for a change because this movie is fucking great.
It's a great movie.
It's so good.
It is really good. But yeah, so if it wasn't for Kevin Feige's and MCU's involvement, they would never made $1 billion for Spider-Man Far From Home.
He's got to be a rich motherfucker by now.
Kevin or Tom?
Kevin.
Yeah,
especially Kevin.
He's the producer of a lot of these films. He's like, the one guy who's producing all the Transformers movies of how dumb he is and how he doesn't handle the whole doesn't take the Transformers seriously. Kevin Feige is the exact opposite. He takes it seriously. He takes his job seriously. And if I had the opportunity to star in any of the MCU films, I would be like, Kevin Feige, thank you for this moment. I am geeking out, I mean, hey, they're looking for a Cyclops or Wolverine.
But I think that's one of the perks about being a big Hollywood producer is you get a shit ton of money for it. And if you do a really good job, people want to work with you and you get big paychecks.
Oh, definitely.
I heard that with Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, the studio was worried about going bankrupt because of the paychecks for all the cast. It's like, oh fuck, we're gonna have to borrow money from somewhere.
I mean,
I would love to see how much they got paid.
I think
it's gotta be. I mean, obviously, at least more than $1 million.
I think Robert Downey Jr. get paid a couple million, and I think all the original 6 Avengers got paid a couple million, stuff like that. I don't know. I saw it online the other day. I forgot. I should have saved it. It's like a picture of how much they all made, but
If you find it, send it to me.
I will. I definitely
Oh
will.
my god.
So
Because
yeah,
their paychecks. God,
I'm pretty sure they're like.
they're walking. They're skipping to the bank. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
what they're doing. They're not walking. They're skipping to the bank.
And
They
I,
know
you
they
know,
gotta get
I
them.
know a lot of the original 6 Avengers are done now, and I just really hope that they
Well, yeah, more
do,
movies coming
yeah,
out.
more
It'll
movies,
be all
and I
right.
hope things go well for him. I really do, because Robert Downey Jr. is one of my favorite actors. And same with Chris Evans, and and of course Scarlett Johansson.
Tell me the story again of how you saw her. I love this story.
Oh yeah, yes. Anyways,
Because I don't know why I was thinking about her the other day because I was thinking about like, man, who would I want to meet from those movies just for like 5 minutes or even just get to hang out for the day. It'd be so cool to hang out with them for a day or even have like a special luncheon with them.
Oh, heck yeah!
Because when they were doing the last two Avengers movies, there's like that footage of them having lunch and they got like a mariachi band playing.
Yeah, I saw that.
I just thought that'd be so cool just to sit and have lunch with them.
And the thing is, who paid for that entire spread? Who? Robert Downey Jr.
Shut the fuck up! Did he really?
Really, he paid for the
wow, what a good guy!
It even has so many trailers and stuff for everyone that they just come over and they I think they call it like the Tony Village or something. Like all these trailers where everybody's coming in.
But they all look the same. How do you know which one is yours?
But yeah. So the story of how I ran into. Well, I didn't really run into her, and
you saw her.
I saw her from a distance. Was when I was overseas in Qatar, they had the USO show. So they had Scarlett Johansson, Chris Evans there, and stuff like that, and a bunch of other people. I think they had a gold medalist, a person was an NBA star, which
we could give a fuck less about those two assholes.
I mean, a lot of the people were being rude. I was listening. I was like, okay, I'm here at the USO show. I'm gonna watch everyone that came here to actually come all this way to do this.
All the way here to Durka land.
Yeah, I came to Qatar and Durka land, and just hang out with a bunch of us. It was great. It was a fun time. And Scarlett Johansson and Chris Evans, they took the stage. I should have been up there. I wish I was, and I could have been like, I know about Marvel and shit like that. But I wanted to. I wanted to so
people like, hey, thanks for coming.
Yeah. Like I only shook 2 people's hands, and then the Navy guy had to boot us out because they took a picture of us.
The Navy.
They took a picture. They took a picture of all of us. Because they had a bunch of people coming in the line and stuff like that. Then there was this one Air Force guy, right? This guy looks like a complete geek. There's me, right? I'm wearing the glasses I got from the Air Force and a Captain America shirt. He's wearing his full Air Force uniform.
What was he doing there? I thought this was an army base.
It's a joint base. So there's Air Force, Marines, Navy, and Army and stuff.
Everyone was just giving the finger to each other as they walked by.
Pretty much. It's funny? The Air Force actually saluted me because I was a specialist. They think it's an officer's rank. It is hilarious. And I'm like walking. I'm like, there's this one time I was I'm like, I'm a specialist. What is wrong with you? So it was just hilarious. But so anyways, this geeky guy's looking at us like, one day I'm going to direct movies. I'm going to direct movies, and then Scarlett looks at him like, yeah, I'm sure I'll be retired by then.
Oh, nice.
And I'm just like,
thank you.
I'm looking at the background like, that very pretty.
God, you should have that as a T-shirt.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck that one other dude.
By some chance of a miracle that one of them, Chris Evans or Scarlett, showed up to Wizard World or by
the line would be a bitch.
Sheer amount of luck, I wouldn't care. I'd still stand in line and be patient and wait. Because
do you remember how insanely long that
Stan Lee line was? Yeah, I know, but
we got for like a couple of seconds
We
when
saw-
that
we
curtain
saw
opened,
Stan.
and he's sitting right there, like, whoa.
I mean, I wish I got in that line. I really do. I would have waited. I would have waited hours on that. I'd be like,
you know who found out
Chris,
about?
give me a bottle. Just grab me a bottle, or just then I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna pee.
You know who found out about the fact that Stan Lee was going to be there that year before you and I did? My fucking dad did.
Really?
And he's not a big Marvel guy at all. He just knows I like that stuff, and knows who Stan Lee is. And he's like, he tagged me on a post on Facebook to a link on the local news station in Madison because they had a story about it. And my dad sent that to me. I'm like, son of a bitch, my dad sent that to me. He knew about it before I even did, and he's not a fan of Marvel. I'm like, nice job, Dad. Damn. So I was like,
That's insane, dude. That's insane. So
I know that line was so long.
but you know, come on. So like, if you're in his presence, just be like,
You're in the presence of a
Mr.
fucking
Stanley,
god.
thank you for
That's like the
creating a lot of these characters, and thank you for your service because he was in the army during around World War II era.
I would say the same thing. Like, hey, I had no idea you were in World War II. Thank you for your service, and thank you for making all these wonderful characters. And because I had no idea he was in the army. And when he died, people were learning, like, oh, he was in the army. Yeah, he was.
Then there was a bunch of people online that like there was a bunch of these trolls making fun of Stan Lee after he passed, saying like, "Oh, he was a liberal in this." I'm like, no, he was not a liberal. There's no such thing as liberals in World War II. Maybe after the military, he probably changed a little bit. Everybody does. I mean, I did. And I still served in the Guard.
Well, I think it was weird that like his wife died like what a year or two before he did.
He said his favorite cameo that he did was an X-Men Apocalypse with her.
Oh, with her.
Mm-hmm. That was his favorite cameo that he ever did.
Cool.
Yeah. So, are we going to what's next? Where we're next segment? We're transitioning.
We got to do another shout out to JC because, and this is a serious thing. Here's
shout out to JC for being.
I saved it right here. Read it here. Congratulations to Justin Christian on being named a 2019 IACP DSP Award recipient. Justin works with the Penn Center Community-Based Services. From his nomination from his boss that he works for, he is a very positive DSP who is very dedicated to what he does. He works as a strong member of his team and is very concerned about the success of the group. You can often hear him tell his teammates as he goes to start his day to make this a great day. It is obvious that he loves what he does and is very dedicated as he is and early to prepare for his day and update the program coordinator, and then is very excited to get out into the community and start making visits to help individuals gain more skills and develop. So he had no idea he'd been submitted for this. He is being given an award for this by the governor of Iowa herself. And we're very proud of JC, aka Catfish. Yeah. We're very proud of him. So congratulations, Justin, on that. You've got to be very proud of that. And I think he deals with mentally challenged people and various disabled people, mentally ill people. From what I've heard, he's very good at it. He knows what he's doing. And I like him because he came from not the greatest places. Yeah. Long story short, not the greatest places. And since then up to now, that's quite the turnaround. And he's doing better now than he was back in like 1999. Yeah. So he's doing really good.
It's good. It's really good.
Besides needing the surgery on his ear, he's doing really good. Yeah. So congrats to him. And so I wanted to do that shout out and for that about him and oh yeah, we got to talk about a new segment, Pre-Order Corner.
Pre-Order Corner.
What did you pre-order?
I didn't pre-order anything yet, but no? I'm just looking at different pre-orders and stuff online. But yeah, we're bringing it back. The first time I did pre-order corner was in the Optimus Megatron show. I don't know if you remember that, but of course I didn't really pre-order anything. I just caught pre-order corners, like whatever's up on pre-order. But I know you said you pre-ordered some stuff, and
I pre-ordered Siege of Cybertron Lancer. That comes out in December, I think. So I'm gonna get that before I get the other Fembots at DairyCon.
Nice.
And then I pre-ordered. I got a pre-order yet. One of my favorite movies, Big Trouble in Little China, on Blu-ray from Shout Factory. This is the first time it's ever been released on Blu-ray, and it's being transferred to 4K. It's got a good picture and sound quality. It's one of the best movies to come out of the 80s.
Nice.
And
nice.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's a really good movie. So I pre-ordered that this afternoon. That's all I got for pre-order corner. I don't really have anything else.
Well, while I was scoring the unmentionable site of TF Source, I was just like scrolling through, and then I see.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fuck TF Source.
The Beast Force Black Arach MP40 something. It's 40.
You see the pre-orders
46?
for that?
I think it's MP46 Beast Force Black Arach. Yeah,
it looks
not
nice.
bad. You know, like price points is a lot better than MP44.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, did you see that new Masterpiece figure?
If you're gonna mention the Bumblebee,
No.
Thank God.
I just saw it last night. Optimus Primal's head and the body's all red.
Oh, I saw that. It looks so.
That's such a waste of plastic.
So
I'm not even gonna bother with it.
stupid.
I'm not.
Because I already got the anime Beast Wars Optimus Primal because
why is he all red? I don't understand.
It's in Beast Wars in the U.S. we had Beast Wars, and we after season 3 we ended it.
Was it like a Japanese?
It's a Japanese continuation thing.
Oh well, then I don't give a shit.
So
I think
they call it like burning convoy or burning.
It's like okay, someone could probably take that figure and repaint it to look like Iron Man armor, but I just think it's a waste of plastic and it looks ridiculous. It just looks dumb. It just looks really dumb.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not even going to bother with that figure. I did see. I saw some other Masterpiece figure.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta look at my house and see what else we got. But so you're still working on your Avengers versus Transformers.
Yep, Avengers
So you're still working on that.
Yep. That's been a real.
Well,
I've been on hiatus for a couple of days because of college and stuff. So I'm gonna get back into shooting it.
And you thought you were gonna go down to Florida to help out,
but they changed it. They changed it. The governor was really impressed with us, and same with the commander was impressed with us of how fast we responded. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
I just thought that was weird that they called a National Guard unit all the way up in Wisconsin to come all the way down when they could have asked for help from like Alabama, Georgia, Texas to like come over. You know, I just thought that was weird.
Hey, the governor was like, hey, send them down there. I'm like, okay.
So, I'm trying to think. So another thing we want to do here on our show is mini movie review. Just pick whatever movie you want, talk about it for a little bit, and then you give it 5 out of 5 or whatever stars you think it should get.
Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance.
See, I'm surprised.
Fuck that movie. That is the worst Ghost Rider movie ever.
First one was good, but the second one wasn't that great.
So terrible. I mean, you sit pick a movie. I'm like running through movies in my head. I'm like Jurassic Park, Ghost Rider, Avengers.
A movie you hate or don't like. It could be either way.
Then I'm like Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance. The movie was complete shit. I mean, like I could direct a better movie than that. I mean, the direction they took it in, the rewriting of the origin, like The first
They
movie,
rewrote the origin.
yeah, because
I hate it when sequels. I hate it when there's one movie and then there's
Yeah.
a sequel that has nothing to do with the first one.
exactly.
I hate that shit.
Because what they did in the first movie that he accidentally cut himself, then the blood fell on the contract. Then the devil, I guess
That's not what happened.
In the first movie, yeah.
Oh, in the first
Yeah, the first movie, he accidentally cut himself, and then the blood fell on the contract, and that's how he signed the contract. So it was by accident. Then in the second one, what he did was grab Glass and then flinged his hand across the contract, signing the contract.
That's not what.
Because the reason why, because in the first movie, the reason why he was going to sign the contract was to cure his dad from cancer.
Right.
And then his
that.
dad has a tragic death, and so on and so forth. And we go down in the line and we lead to the future, and then he becomes a Ghost Rider. And then this one is like nothing to do with his dad. His ass is flinging out when he's doing a stunt.
I recall seeing a trailer for it, and the only thing that looked funny was when he's taking a piss, and it's just that.
Yeah,
that's like the only thing that was funny. Other than that, the movie still sucked.
It was terrible.
So you just give it a flat out 0.
I give it a flat out like negative $1 billion,
Negative
765,872. No, billion to infinity, whatever the ending of the numbers, wherever it leads, which numbers don't end, I guess. So negative to that.
It's just a negative infinity.
Pretty much negative infinity. Fuck.
Well,
waste of money.
Well,
should have walked out.
I'll just should have walked out.
All right, your turn.
Well, we were just talking about this, so I might as well. I give this movie a 5 out of 5. It's a great action buddy comedy movie.
It's great. I mean, I like the ending though, with where they go into the armory and take all the guns and stuff. Oh my god, the evidence.
I think my favorite
the evidence
scene,
locker. It was just like you see all this.
My favorite scene is where they go to the old guy's place, and he's just like, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, you thought we had it bad in the southern part of America? Well, okay, what? About that. It's like, no, they have it just as bad over there. Like,
yeah.
The guy's not even Scottish or whatever. It's like, what the fuck is he saying? They bring the one old guy that's in the police force over to translate.
Yep.
So like, wait, they bring the old guy to translate, and Nick Frost's character, this guy,
yep,
he's translating for the old guy too.
Yep.
Like, okay, so you need 2 translators, one to translate what the oldest guy is saying, the other. Oh my god! So they go over to his place, and Simon Pegg's character, Nicholas, he's like Nicholas Angel. He's Officer Angel. He's like, well, sir, you can't just go around trimming people's hedges without their permission. Yes, I suppose. And he goes, do you have a license for that weapon? Yeah, but this one I do. What does he mean, this one? So they go to the guy's, like, I don't know, warehouse behind his house or something. His barn shed. Turn on the lights, and it's just like fucking World War II in there. He's gonna C-bide. Like, what the fuck? Like, we thought America had a gun problem too. Yeah, they had one here as well. It's like flintlock and black powder rifles and submachine guns from like the 40s and 50s.
Old French guns or the shotguns.
French guns.
You got the like one of the weapons that the Germans used in World War II, where the magazine fit into the side.
Yeah.
Like that. I'm like, then you got these M1. Then there's some with the M1 grants going on. Then some with bolt action, freaking shotguns. It's like,
well, I think it's funny that like a sea mine, fucking get a sea mine, and let alone they think the whole time like they think it's active, and then it's not till like the very end of the movie it goes off. Like, okay, so it's a payoff joke. The joke pays off, and just the fact that like everyone in town has some kind of a rifle or a handgun hidden.
Yep.
It's hilarious. It's like, you thought America had a gun problem? Well, in this movie, there's another kind of gun problem. But just
Yeah,
oh my god,
yeah, I hear
they're like Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. They're like a British version of Chris Farley and David Spade. That's
pretty
to me.
accurate. Yeah,
That's what they
yeah.
are. They're a Chris Farley and David Spade, but a United Kingdom version of it,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
of them. And I think it would have been great to have in the third Expendables movie where he makes a cameo appearance as this character. That would have been
Oh my
awesome
God.
as fuck. So it's like, wait a minute. You've the Expendables and that movie take place in the same
Oh
universe.
my God.
You realize how fucking cool that would have been? Oh my god. That would have been
That's great.
such an awesome cameo to
That's
have.
great.
But
So, yeah,
I give that movie a 5 out of 5 for sure. I got to pick it up on Blu-ray, but that's just one of the best movies ever made. That movie came out like 12 years ago. I remember coming back from a camping trip or a hiking trip in New Mexico. That was one of the very first movies I saw when I got back. That movie was awesome as hell.
so what's next on the agenda?
Liver Gainer.
The liver ginger.
See, I've developed this bad habit now where I can't. I mean, I could say agenda, but as soon as I try to say agenda, I want to say gender because of JC.
Jesus Christ.
I even sometimes I'll text it that way too, a gender. Like it, I don't know. It just that flows so much better than agenda, gender. Goddamn liver gender. I think it's hilarious that James found the picture of that guy
Oh my God.
on his front porch shitting on a toilet, and he put JC's famous face
God.
on it. And I don't know why. To me, it's funny if
Oh
I were
my
to
God.
put that Photoshop he did and crop it out of that picture and put it in another picture where it looks like he's getting sucked up in a tornado while he's sitting on the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
I would have it look like he's saying "Goddamn Mother Nature" and her liver gender as he's being sucked up into the tornado. I don't know why. I just think that's funny to me. Goddamn liver gender. Oh fucking JC, we love him. I think he talks to you more than he does to me.
He does a little bit, yeah.
Motherfucker. Now I'm glad we didn't go to Iowa. Rotten fucker. Well,
So-
I think he talks to you more because you're in the National Guard. You've been in the Army. I think that's why. I think it's part of it.
I really don't know. I just go with the flow, and
I just think he's a cool dude because of that award he won and just how he's able to turn his life around and get his shit together.
yeah, I agree.
Did you see that picture on Facebook of they photoshopped Derp with a cross next to him? Made it look like he's Jesus. I said, "Hey, this is Derp or our Derp and Savior. Hey, this is Derp.
Oh, God.
This is Derp."
Oh, shit.
I want those sound clips of Derp on my phone. So when I get a text message, it'll say, "Hey, this is Derp." It'll crack me up every time. Like he's so cool and funny, but he's so worthless at the same time. God, it's hilariously bad.
Oh, yeah.
You see the video of him crawling with his hands under the bridge? Oh my god. Dude, if you put if you put a small bottle of Fireball and meth on the other end, you'll get it real fucking quick. Like we would time him, we get it in like under 20 seconds. Really would.
Dude, we're kind of getting off the rails over here, but that was great.
Derp. I want my alarm clock to do that. Hey, the derp. Hey, the derp. Hey, the derp. And then I want another alarm clock or a text message. You go, man, shut the fuck up. It'll be alright. I want the notification on my phone. It'll be alright. Man, shut the fuck up. Durr.
So what's next?
Durr. Derp.
What's next, dude?
Oh, let me look at my.
Because I can't stick around too long, which freaking sucks. So
Let me check.
might have to be
A short episode.
might have to be shorty.
Did that. pretty much got everything done except one last thing. When will we be guests on TKO?
I hope again.
Jake,
I hope before they are done with the 100. You know, it better.
I asked JC about that a couple weeks ago. He said they figured it out. It's going to be the last 3 episodes. First one, they're going to have me as a guest on. The second to last, they're going to have you on. The very last episode, what they're going to do is it's going to be a mystery guest. The first 4 guests on the show from 2 years ago, they're going to take those names of those original first guests,
and they're going to
put them in a hat, and they're going to draw, and whoever's name they draw is going to be that guest, that final guest on the show. So I think that'll be really cool.
My question for you, Chris, are we still going to call this TKO Fanboys?
Yeah, we can, but I mean, if we wanted to, we could just change it to Fanboys and still talk about TKO. Or I would say maybe we could just wait to see how things play out.
Yeah, sounds good.
Or we could just keep a TKO Fanboys as a way for people to discover what the TKO podcast was. But like I said, our podcast, which we consider a spin-off from theirs.
Except for 4 guys, just 4 or 5 guys, just 2 guys, just chilling, talking about,
But we
TKO.
we don't always want to talk. We don't always necessarily want to talk about them. We want to talk about our own thing and other things in the realm of pop culture with with the shit like that,
like Marvel.
Yeah, we want to mostly focus on that as opposed to TKO.
Everything else, like including whatever else is going on.
And I've been trying to find some people I know on Twitter. I've been trying to find guests that we could have, which if we do that, we got to have Google Hangouts. But
Google Hangouts or Skype, one of the 2.
I got to talk to Bishop and see what he says about those 2 things. He said they tried using one other
program
thing, and they said that one didn't work very well. They tried using Skype, and Skype didn't work well for them either. So because of that, there's no new TKO for this week.
Google Hangouts
technical difficulties.
But hey, at least we'll recover and hopefully the next episode. But also before we close out, I want to say special thank you to the new subscribers on the channel. And
how many?
122 now.
Ooh, shit.
So I just want to say thanks.
How many views do you have with your Avengers movies?
I almost have a total about.
How many views do you got?
4. I'd have to say, hold on. Together.
How many views do you got? Because I'm wondering if that's like the most viewed video you have.
On part 1, I have 181.
181.
And then for part 2 it's almost 300.
See, any of those numbers should be
294
around.
294 in part 2.
Those numbers should be flipped the other way around. I don't know. Maybe people like part 2 more than part 1 or something.
I mean, I was watching part 2 and stuff. I'm like, man, I noticed that there's a lot of care put into that. There's a lot of care, and I'm trying to make sure that carries over into part 3 and part 4. So when it comes in from a creator and director standpoint, you want to make sure that part 1 was kind of rushed, especially some of the audio and stuff was a little off. And now in part 2, it seemed like there was a good consistent consistency. And then with part 3, there's going to be some more stuff being thrown at, like the connection, and then there's going to be a scene with Optimus and Spider-Man. There's going to be more scenes, and then part 3, Hulk is coming back.
Cool.
So
when you get all these parts there, you're just going to edit it in one big movie.
I'm going to release each individual part on YouTube, of course. Then when they release a complete the complete one on just one movie on YouTube, and then do a commentaries edition.
Nice.
And I want you to be part of it because
Yeah.
you're part of the project also.
You're still gonna do the interview with me about all the shit I had to make for you.
Yeah, of course. I
definitely want to do that.
we're gonna do like a behind the scenes thing type deal.
Should
Like
do that before.
But yeah, that's I think that's about it.
Yeah, kind of almost an hour.
Almost an hour, yeah. But I got things to do still, and I'd rather just do nothing. But no, I gotta watch.
I've been on a homecation or staycation.
I've been freaking going to college every day.
I've been on vacation since Tuesday night. I still got Saturday, Sunday, and Monday out. I gotta seriously save my PTO so I can get like a 2-week vacation. But I might get that in December during the plant shutdown. I might do that.
But
Probably. But anyways.
No, hey, anyways, thanks for anyone who's been watching view the show. Be sure to comment, click like if you like it, dislike if you don't like it, then okay, whatever, it's your choice. And subscribe. I'm not gonna like beat it in your head like, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button like a dork. Anything you want to say, Chris, before we cut it out?
I think we want to try to. Do we want to do the next episode before or after Comic-Con? I'm thinking I just thought of this. Maybe we should do it after Comic-Con.
I was thinking of doing it before. To kind of walk around with camera and do some video stuff. And then we'll do, unless you want to do it after. I mean, we could do it after, like do video stuff.
Do it before. Yeah, why don't we just do it before Comic-Con? Then the episode after that will review Comic-Con.
I do want to do like a video thing and maybe see if I can figure a way how to go live on TKO Fanboys, just the page, go live on that and just.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, that'll work.
We'll do that.
Then.
We'll do that, and then that's about it. So, if you want to follow and like, rate, comment, subscribe on TKO Fanboys, link will be in the description below. If you want any action figures or buy anything, there's Big Bad Toy Store, TF Stores, any other place you want to buy figures, link in the description below. No,
TF Stores.
No TF Stores. Okay, no TF Stores. Big Bad Toy Store. There we go. And no, his channel will be up there, and he doesn't have a lot of videos. I
was gonna do a video review on some Alien action figures, but I will I don't know when. At some point down the road, I'll do those. But
yeah,
I got nothing else. I'm done.
That's about it. So thanks for watching. Take care. See you the next time.
It'll be all right.
Boshay.
And
And we are out. Oh no, we're not out. No, we're out.